pay attention to me. What's going on, guys? I'm Nate. Welcome back to the homestead. So today I've got a cool little project to get done. I don't know if I call it cool. I'd actually call it a really hot project. There's a pun there somewhere. What I'm going to be doing is I've got my friend Cindy. Come say hi. Come say hi. Say hi to YouTube, Cindy.
Hi, YouTube.
So Cindy's actually two things. One, she's a real good friend of mine, and two, she is a viewer. She takes pity on my soul every week that I put a video out and says, "Oh, you're doing so good."
Yeah.
So I told Cindy last week that I bought a Mr. Heater Flame Torch, and she's like, "Well, hell, I want to play with that." So I'm like, "All right, you know what? Come on down. I'll let you help me flame weed the driveway." So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna set a fire. I've got a hose for water. Remember, guys, please practice fire safety. Clear your area of anything overly combustible. We've actually got our cars pressed right up against my house right now so we don't accidentally set one of them on fire. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to burn away the weeds in my driveway for no good reason other than I think it would look better without weeds. So without further time wasting, we're going to get to work. Okay, so I know I'm really hard to hear right now. So what Cindy's doing right behind me is she has the propane torch running, and we're burning away the weeds on the driveway. Now I have a lot of driveway here, as you can see, so there's a lot of work to be done. Now if you look a little further back, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I do have a hose that is going to keep us mostly safe should we accidentally set a fire. Now part of the reason I'm doing this, other than aesthetics, is I have a major weed problem up here. I've got a lot of unwanted vining stuff, and so I'm trying to just kill all the unnecessary stuff on the surface. Once with all the stuff that we've already blackened, you know, it's gonna sit here as ash for a little bit, but the weeds, they'll die off. The roots will die. And it'll also let some of that accumulated dirt wash off of my driveway. Because I do want to go down to the base of the driveway and do a little bit of that. Especially considering I've got all this water running right here.
We've been acting out for days, nothing to deny. Blown up egos, echoes through the halls. You keep sleeping on the couch just to prove the point. I'm too proud to tell you when I'm wrong. Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames, breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire.
All right, guys. So at this point, we have flame weeded most of the driveway, and honestly it wasn't that bad. We've spent maybe 20 minutes, and I'd say we have, what do you think, half the driveway done basically?
Maybe.
Like if we, cumulatively speaking, I think we've done about half of the visible driveway.
Yeah.
And so one of the reasons, other than not wanting to use herbicides, I decided I wanted to flame weed was I had noticed that the driving area up here is like almost twice the size as what I've got, or is about half the size of what it originally was if I look at where all the gravel was initially laid out. And so what I've noticed is over the years, this driveway has not been very well taken care of. Oh, aren't you so? She's not very talkative.
I'm freezing.
It ain't that cold.
I'm freezing.
Well, learn to be like me. Hot. But jokes aside, so it's very clear that this driveway, this whole freaking property has not been very well cared for. So instead of starting from zero and building fresh, I'm having to refurbish. And I'm okay with that. It gives me a nice little project for the summer. Because ultimately my long-term goal is not to not to retire here. Like, I'm 31, almost 32 now. I don't plan to spend the rest of my life here. The property is just way too small for me. I want something with like 20, 25 acres. So I figure I could spend the next 4 or 5 years here, improve the land, make it look much nicer, do a little bit of work on the house, sell it at a tidy profit, and then go buy my dream property. So yeah, that was flame weeding. Remember, it was the Mr. Heater. Was it the Mr. Heater? Yeah, the Mr. Heater propane flame torch. Suckered those off 500,000 BTUs. I think, what was it, a minute? A second? I don't remember, but it throws off a lot of heat. And actually puts off enough heat to where if you really wanted to, you could actually mend asphalt. And that's one of its intended uses. It's meant to flame weed asphalt, asphalt mending, and you can even use it as like a snow melter, a snow cleaner, what have you. Which I haven't gotten enough snow to use it yet. The last time I had sizable snow, I didn't have it, so I'm saving a little bit of propane for that because I want to see what happens. It's also really good, as you guys saw last week, to use for lighting a burn pile. You just, you got to be very, very careful and make sure you've got water available. Otherwise, you start a forest fire. But yeah, anywho guys, that was basically everything I had to say. So before I bring this to a close, guys, like always, do me a solid. Thumb it up. Thumb it up.
Thumb it up.
Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Show some love for me, or some hate. I don't care. Engagement's engagement at this point. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later.